We got Andrew Tate, Conor McGregor, Trevor Bauer, Jonathan Majors. Who else? We can just name names until we are blue in the face. So color me a touch skeptical when I see somebody else get hit with a litany of allegations from years gone by. Another big name who gets a bit of influence, and in Russell Brand's case, a considerable amount of influence. And perhaps this one's a little bit special this time around. Not because I believe the allegations, because of course I don't. But no, he is somebody who used to side with the people doing the accusing. Oh, he was a dyed-in-the-wall liberal for a second, and for as well as I know, because I'll be completely honest, I've watched a couple of his shows, I've seen a couple of his interviews, and he's pretty good at what he does, but he's not somebody that I tune into every single day. When he's somebody who has got a disproportionate amount of attention over the past couple of years, just seemingly out of nowhere, because, okay, Russell Brand had a podcast for a while, and then all of a sudden he started to talk about things that were more relevant to him and pushed up against the narrative, and then all of a sudden he started to get attacked by YouTube, and because their version of soft cancellation didn't end up working, and because there was a viable alternative over on Rumble, shout out Rumble once again, their soft attempts to try to just sweep away him with all of his previous life success, and then also catapult that into a highly watched and highly regarded podcast. Well, now we got to start deploying their next tactic. Like Andrew Tate said, first they try to cancel you, and then when that doesn't work, then they try to throw you in jail. And the third time around, well, we don't really need to get into that. So yesterday I seen this video go around. It's this is happening, and Russell Brand, it's like, what do you announcing you got a new show, a big guest or something like that? No, it's him saying, all right, all of a sudden I got a couple of lists that was sent to the media and one that was sent around to other people. It's alleging that I did some horrible things in the past that I vehemently deny. I'll go ahead and link out the video. Don't really need to watch it because it's just him saying, yeah, there's allegations that are out there. I 1000% deny them. Doesn't get into the actual allegations themselves because, yeah, chances are he has no idea what they are because more than likely they're just all made up. It's so funny. It's so funny, right? All of these allegations, at least the ones that I see so far, are right during his heyday from 2006 to 2013 when the guy was, hooking up with Katy Perry, who was at the top of her powers at the same time. He was doing Arthur, what was that? I know he was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, but there was the other one. Get Him to the Continental, I think that's what it was, or something like that. Get Him to the Orient, something like that, man. Like, he was making films that were making money as well, and unfortunately he was in that regrettable remake of Arthur, where it's like, you don't have Dudley Moore, you don't do Arthur, but he was getting work. A lot of work. And you're telling me somebody who was on such a high level at that time, and then also even has a bigger stage over in the UK, would need to impose his will and exert force in order to copulate with women, trying to keep it as PG as possible, well, as much as I can. Again, this is just another one that just doesn't pass the smell test. Police urge victims to come forward as Russell Brand is accused of... Yeah, I don't buy it. Whenever I see this shit in today's day and age, man, I just don't fucking buy it. And grooming of a 16-year-old. Fucking why? Why? Why would Russell Brand have to do any of this stuff? It makes no fucking sense. As Comic brazenly takes the stage in Wembley. Oh no, he's not going to shrivel up in the face of this. This is the perfect way that you go out and you address these type of allegations. You pay them zero fucking mind. You continue to just march on forwardly. Comedian Russell Brand was last night accused of a businesswoman and grooming a 16-year-old schoolgirl for sex. In a string of bombshell allegations, the 48-year-old star was accused of sexual assault and abusive and predatory behavior between 2006 and 2013, over a decade ago. Come on, man. Where he was at the height of his fame. Exactly. So he also, didn't look like this. He was that dude. And while, not exactly my cup of tea because, I don't play for that team, but it's definitely a look, man. Like, he's peacocking. He's definitely being a little bit more on the flamboyant spectrum. I understand he's doing the whole dandy gimmick, as Robert Greene would describe it. And yeah, that was his thing. Why would he have to do that? He was definitely on the short list for a bunch of chicks that were out there, okay? With his fame, with his personality, with the fact that I want a girl, or I want a guy who can make me laugh. And he was definitely making motherfuckers laugh. Or women allege that they were assaulted by Brand and waited this long to Interesting. I wonder why now of all times. One of whom had previously told the Mail on Sunday, I would have liked to use a source document, but they have it paywalled, which another reason why I kind of think that this is a bit cap, because they're trying to sell papers. Like, the media's in a desperate tailspin, and that's why you always see a disproportionate amount of attention paid to all of this stuff. But if we're going to be talking along these lines with these types of allegations, any point in time, is anybody going to ever press in order to get that Epstein Black Book? No. I know that Ryan Dawson has the names that are out there, and he's not exactly shy about posting them at all times. But to just go ahead and have the source document, no, nobody in the media wants to go ahead and publish that or push to get that published. Okay. The devastating allegations. And remember, that's all these are. I've seen a couple of things that are out there by a bunch of fucking brainlets who think that, oh, we've seen some text messages that the Times had and they look really bad. Can you corroborate that those are Russell Brand? Oh no, one of the accusers said that they were his. Oh, okay, cool. Because we've never seen faked text messages before. Unfucking believable. But yes, made to a joint investigation between the Sunday Times and Channel 4 dispatches. Oh, great. Yeah, you have two heads of the British Broadcasting Hydra in order to take down somebody who they quite possibly see as a former ally turned into a betrayer, so that's why they're going so hard against him. Date from the time when Brand was a presenter at BBC Radio 2 and Channel 4 and a string of Hollywood films. That's interesting. So you had Channel 4 running this investigation. Meanwhile, at the same time, you're alleging that when he was a host at Channel 4, you guys covered this stuff up. Oh, no. Nah, we had no idea about any of that stuff at the time. Right, and this is also coming from the BBC, right? Oh, I'm sorry, the Sunday Times. Yeah, investigating the BBC. Meanwhile, while he was alive, you guys made sure that all of those allegations against Jimmy Savile were very, very quiet because he stayed on the right side of things, correct? One woman alleged Brand against her the wall in a Los Angeles home when she was in her 30s. So that's kind of weird, right? Because normally these types of predators kind of have an MO. They like a certain type, they like a certain age bracket. So you're saying, okay, according to these allegations that are out there, you have a chick being groomed at 16 and then a chick in her 30s. Bruh, it doesn't make fucking sense. Another who he referred to as the child told how the presenter targeted her when she was 16 years old and still in school, and he was aged 30. Whatever. But in an extraordinary fight back, Brian took to social media to absolutely deny that was the video that's there, and you guys can go and watch it if you'd like. A string of very serious criminal allegations in a 90-minute Dispatches documentary that aired on Channel 4 last night. Oh, that's why. Channel 4 needs to go ahead and push a new mockumentary that they're trying to push out there. Like, okay, for all of the different correlations that we've seen with these types of metoo allegations, I gave you a list of names of people that just, first things first came to the front of my mind. Women not being able to secure the bag or just simply coming up with fictitious nonsense in order to get a little bit of claim or fame after the fact. And yeah, all of a sudden, a new documentary about how terrible Russell Brand is all of a sudden. And then now seemingly out of nowhere, these allegations come out where, yeah, back in the cut, Russell Brand was fucking anything that had a vagina and two legs. Like, that dude was out there. That's also what he said in his video. I had a very philanderous past. And you know what? Good for him. He had the ability, he had the clout, he had the status to do so, and he enacted on all of that stuff. Funny, no allegations came out during that time, or even when he was at the peak of his powers speaking out against the establishment in 2020, 2021, 2022 when he got his show, but only now when Channel 4 is commissioning a 90-minute documentary do you decide to just come out with all of this stuff. Consider me shocked, man. Former Sky Sports presenter Christy Gallagher, the older sister of Brand's wife Laura, backed her brother-in-law yesterday morning by reposting the video with a large red love heart. But around an hour after the full allegations were revealed, she deleted the post. Oh my god. Now this has a bunch of different connections. Like I said before, with the more recent Me Too allegation stuff. This also has a tinge of the Michael Jackson stuff as well, with all of the salacious rumors of, he's with the child. It's like, come on, man. Like, it's just so fucking ridiculous. It could be true, but I don't know, I'm a little bit skeptical. Maybe I'm a little bit too weathered by all of this nonsense that's come out in the past few years, but you see connections. And then the way that people are trying to back them up right now when they're being, castigated, it's kind of got a hint of that Danny Masterson stuff in there as well. And again, all of these very horrific allegations from over a decade ago when somebody was at the height of their powers, needing to use violent force in order to get an audience with women who wouldn't be willing because they're at the, see, none of this shit fucking really makes sense. But now, okay, cool. So at least they got bullet points for everything that's there. Fantastic. BBC 4 and Channel 4 bosses faced questions over whether complaints by staff about Brand's alleged behavior were ignored. They're probably like, I have no idea. They don't exist. Oh, see, they were hiding everything. No, just because something doesn't exist doesn't mean that they were hiding anything. Channel 4 ordered an investigation into claims Brand told staff on one show to approach female audience members for him to meet after filming, leaving them feeling like his pimp. Okay, and if there's any hot chicks that want to come backstage afterwards, you just go ahead and you just bring them in. Oh, we felt like pimps. Fuck. Brand was dropped by his talent agent, Tavistock Wood, while his long-standing publicist, Mariah Bellis, declined to say whether she still acted for him. It said Brand joked with Jimmy Savile in 2007 that he would bring a very attracted naked female employee to meet him. See what they're doing right here? Let me continue. 5 years before Savile was exposed as a pedo. Yeah, just trying to link them together. It's like, bro, they worked at the same fucking place at the same time. Chances are they probably met one another, okay? You just go ahead and conflate somebody who's a verifiable hunk of shit with the person that you're trying to defame. Guilt by association. That's normally what it would be, but women most affected, so that means everybody's IQ in the room just drops by 50 points. The defiant comedian performed a London gig last night, telling a cheering audience of 2,000 fans, "I love you." Terrible. Terrible. No, man, the police are taking this very seriously. Russell Brand's sexual assault accusers speak out in TV special after bombshell expose, and they want all of the women that have been aggrieved by Russell Brand to please come forward with your equally as false claims. Listen, man, if he did do all of this shit, again, I've got a blanket policy when it comes to this stuff. If you do any fuck shit like that, don't even waste the cot space, but I mean, come on, man. The women who have accused Russell Brand of all of those terror and emotional damage, which is probably doing a lot of heavy lifting for the Grape and the essay as well, let's call it what it is, have spoken out in a TV special about the alleged crimes. Channel 4 Dispatches film Russell Brand in Plain Sight, which aired Saturday night. 5 women, all of whom remain anonymous, got candid about alleged abuse that he went through with the comedian. He was grabbing my underwear, pulling it to the side, alleged one accuser. I was telling him to get off me and he wouldn't get off. Pause. Like holding me up against the wall, pushing himself in me. Another woman claimed Brand, 48, grabbed me, got me in the bed and fully clothed. I was just naked at this point. He helped me out, just aggressively tried to, fuck me. Okay, how'd you get into the bed to begin with, the bedroom to begin with? I'm just, these are questions leading up to all of these things as well. Third victim alleged that, get him to the Greek, that's what that is. What did I say, continental? Close enough, right? Star forced his wiener down her throat to the point where she couldn't breathe. If he's got a hog like that, Russell Brand, but come on. He was just choking me. I was crying. He said, "Oh, I only wanted to see your mascara run anyway." It'd be a funny joke. But okay, if all of these things did happen, did you document them? Or did you wait for a moment to put this out for the world to see? Just wondering. One woman claimed that she had never ever spoken about the incident publicly before the actor seemed untouchable. Yeah, when he had fallen off so hard that he just decided to start doing, a podcast. Back when it wasn't the cool thing for actors to start doing podcasts, bro, come on. Come the fuck on. How many times have we seen this script before? It's almost getting tiresome, but again, whenever I see shit like this, it's only a moment of time because anybody could just pop off like that and then just immediately, even if he was doing everything completely right? Like he was just running through hoes back in his fame day, or in his heyday, like any other guy that's out there. Maybe he fucked all of them. Who knows? Maybe it was all consensual at the time until they had an opportunity to just hop on a Channel 4 feature and just tell their sub story with revisionism because, well, there's absolutely no repercussions from them. You could get a defamation suit, but then at the same time, you got to prove that they knowingly made all of that stuff up. You can't prove it. You can't disprove it. So there is absolutely zero at risk for any of these chicks making all of this shit up. And for the fact that, yeah, the police need the victims to come forward. No, they already got their 15 minutes of fame, and most of them were already just being videotaped behind the shadow. So no, we don't need to put faces. We don't need to put names to any of these accusations. Like, come on, man, we already got our story out there, which are probably going to fall apart in the next couple of days anyways. Is absolutely ridiculous. And until there is some retribution for these false allegations, they are going to continue. That's why I'm very happy that the Tate brothers are fighting back against that piece of human filth, Emma Gabby, garbage person, absolute garbage person. There needs to be some consequences for these liars, which as of right now, we don't know for sure because, well, we can't check evidence that doesn't exist. Unbelievable. But, oh guys, there's a kit that's out there and there's text messages. Or fucking prove it's Russell then. No, you're just going to go ahead and I believe the evidence. Okay, actually fucking, verify the evidence first, you brainlets. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.